Module 3. Mother Nature. Are you doing anything to help the environment?
So are you doing anything to help the environment? Let's find out.
It's a Neil Norman Street survey.
Are you doing anything to help the environment?
Yes, I'm recycling.
And do you think we should be doing more?
Yes, most definitely. I think it is important to teach the upcoming generations how important it is to recycle, and as a educator and teacher, I think that it is important to incorporate it into your curriculum on a daily basis, and important to not only teach about it, but also to show and model the responsibility and importance of recycling.
Wow, we need more people like you out there. Are you doing anything to help the environment?
Absolutely. I'm encouraging my parents to use hybrid cars as well as install water-saving devices in our household, such as shower heads and toilet tanks that use a smaller usage of water.
Okay, and do you think we should be doing more?
Absolutely. Anything that can be done should be done.
I agree with you 100%. Thank you very much. Are you doing anything to help the environment?
Yeah, I consciously try to dispose of hazardous materials like batteries and oil and so on, and try not to contribute to bad things that happen in the environment by polluting. So I try to responsibly, store, get rid of, recycle hazardous materials, oil, paint, thinner, whatever.
Okay, and do you think we should be doing more?
Well, sure, you can never do enough. I mean, you can never be satisfied with what you're doing. Satisfaction gets you complacency, and then things start going back downhill. So if you always try to do more, things will always get better.
That's very true. Thank you very much.
Are you doing anything to help the environment?
Save the environment.
Do you know that parts of the world's coastline are being lost as sea levels around the world rise? Some people say that rising sea levels are because of the changes people like you and me are causing in the world's climate. Some scientists say we are putting too many pollutants into the air from the cars we drive and the oil we burn. These scientists say that the pollutants are warming the world's climate, melting the ice in the Arctic and the Antarctic. The ice is turned into water, and the sea levels are rising. If those scientists are right, then all of us should be worried.
Hi, today I'm in the Aldabra tortoise habitat asking people questions about the environment. These are the questions I'm asking them. Are you worried about the environment? What worries you most? And what do you think we can do about it? Are you worried about the environment?
Absolutely. If we don't save it, we'll lose it.
And what worries you most?
The lack of education about the problems in the environment.
Okay, and what do you think we can do about it?
If we educate people about what they can do to help to save the environment.
Are you worried about the environment?
Oh, absolutely. At SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, we have one of the largest collections of animals throughout the world, so naturally we have to take a responsibility in the environment around us.
And what worries you the most?
Personally, it would be habitat loss. I grew up here in Florida in the United States Gulf Coast, and when I was young, I got to see all the birds and fish and fauna throughout there. Now, decades later, it's gone. So me personally, I want to see it come back throughout the world as well as my own backyard.
Okay, and what do you think we can do about it?
The easiest thing to do is to educate. Here at Busch Gardens, we have our keepers out right by the animals. We have up-close animal encounters so people can learn and enjoy and love these animals and see what they can do to help out in their own backyards.
Are you worried about the environment? Well, it looks like you have everything under control here. Thank you. Are you worried about the environment?
Oh, most definitely. Here at Busch Gardens, Tampa, as an educator, it's very important to me that the people around here understand how connected the natural world is.
And what worries you the most?
That would probably have to be habitat destruction. Not only do we lose a lot of different species when we destroy their homes, but we're also losing a lot of vital natural resources such as trees or plants that could provide medicine, also like streams and rivers that could provide us with fresh drinking water.
And what do you think we can do about it?
It all starts with education. Here at the park, we do a lot of interactive, very fun animal encounters, such as our tours. So we invite guests to have kind of more connection with the animals. And hopefully that'll encourage them to not only want to save these species, but also to save their natural habitats in the wild.
Are you worried about the environment?
Absolutely. My job here at Busch Gardens is to make sure that the kids that come and stay with us for a week learn about the wild places and the habitats in which the animals live.
And what worries you the most?
What worries me the most is just making sure that they realize and they can get an appreciation so that they can take that back into their communities and educate their friends and their family.
Okay, and what do you think we can do about it?
I think that we can just continue to educate and work together as people so that we can make sure that we make a difference.
Okay, you're doing a great job here. Thank you very much. Well, there you go. Opinions about the environment from people here at the Aldabra Tortoise Habitat.
Nature's warning.
How much do you know about the problems facing our planet? Do you know that the smoke and gases from our cars and factories are destroying the ozone layer? This causes the radiation from the sun to become more and more dangerous. Do you know that the seas and oceans are being polluted by oil spills, and that overfishing results in reduced fish stocks? Do you know that all over the world, rivers are being polluted by factory waste, and that in some places, fresh drinking water is already a luxury? Some scientists say global warming causes the ice at the Earth's poles to melt, making the water levels rise and threatening coastal communities with flooding. Governments are trying to find a way of dealing with the problems. But in the meantime, what can you and I do to help our planet? Number 1, use your car less. The exhaust fumes cause pollution, and people can develop breathing difficulties from the polluted air. If you can, walk, bike, or take the bus to work. Number 2, never throw your garbage in lakes or rivers. Fish die and drinking water becomes contaminated. Always throw your garbage away in garbage cans. Third, limit your use of aerosol sprays. When buying aerosols, look for the no CFC sign on the spray can. CFCs are chemicals which rise into the atmosphere and destroy the Earth's ozone layer. It's the ozone layer that protects the Earth from ultraviolet radiation. And finally, when you're disposing of paper, glass, or plastic, use a recycling center. Reusing materials instead of producing new ones means a lot for the environment.
Sunken Gardens.
Standing here in the peace and quiet, surrounded by these beautiful trees and colorful flowers, it's hard to imagine I'm in the midst of the bustling city of St. Petersburg, Florida. Well, it's true. We're at Sunken Gardens, a botanical paradise. Sunken Gardens is a 100-year-old garden that's a living museum and home to some of the oldest tropical plants in the region. The garden was created in 1903 by the Turner family, who originally owned it, as a way to supply them with an income by selling fresh homegrown fruits and vegetables. The fruit and vegetable stand idea was not as successful as they hoped, but many visitors came to tour the grounds. So George Turner, the owner, started charging people for viewing his garden and its wonderful collection of plants. I asked Bill O'Grady, the head gardener, some questions about Sunken Gardens. It's very pretty. So tell me, what's the most important function here at Sunken Gardens?
I think probably the most important part is that we offer a place of tranquility and peace to the citizens of St. Petersburg.
It's very peaceful indeed. So what type of plants do you have here in the collection?
We have a fairly extensive collection, well over 500 species. Again, among the palms, you can see the royal palms that are up there. They were planted in 1903. They're the oldest in the county. We also have a collection of orchids of bromeliads, among other things.
So what's the most important thing about Sunken Gardens?
We use it as a living classroom, which means we do a lot of teaching here. We have over 1,000 children a month that are taught about the Florida environment, the ecosystems that are here, and conservation. We also do educational programming for adults.
Doing a great service here. Thank you very much. So what's this right here?
Quiz time. Okay, so let's check out what you know about Sunken Gardens. Where is Sunken Gardens? A. In the center of St. Petersburg. B. On the outskirts of St. Petersburg. C. A great distance from St. Petersburg. The correct answer is A. Sunken Gardens is in the center of St. Petersburg. What kind of plants can we find at Sunken Gardens? A. Potatoes and tomatoes. B. Tropical plants. C. Pine trees. The correct answer is B. At Sunken Gardens, you can find tropical plants.
So, what can you do to help protect the environment and support organizations dedicated to preserving life on this planet?
How to book a flight.
Hello, I'd like to book a morning flight from Chicago to Los Angeles on Tuesday, July 13th.
Certainly. One way or round trip?
One way, please.
Okay, there's an 8:45 a.m. flight from O'Hare Airport arriving in Los Angeles at 11 o'clock. Is that okay?
That's perfect.
Okay, will that be business class or economy?
Economy, please. And how much is the ticket?
That will cost $309.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
How to book a hotel room.
Hello, this is the Vinoy Hotel. How may I help you?
Hello, I'd like to reserve a room, please.
Sure, would you like a single or double room?
A single room, please.
Certainly. And what date will you be arriving?
I'll be arriving in St. Petersburg on the 22nd.
And how long will you be staying with us?
I'll be staying 3 days.
That's fine. Can I have your full name, please?
Yes, it's Mike Giles.
Thank you very much, Mr. Giles.